Over a year since Operation Sindoor, a year since diplomatic channels buzzed and ceasefire terms were held, India and Pakistan are currently in seemingly peaceful terms. At least that's what it looks like on the surface. But we at The Print dug a little deeper and found that India's neighbor is planning something far more strategic. Hi, my name is Soumya Pillai. Welcome to The Print. I'm here with the details of my exclusive story proving how Pakistan in the last 16 months was building a constellation of surveillance satellites, one launch at a time, each one capable of spying on the Indian territory. The Pakistan space program, which has been practically defunct for decades, suddenly revived last year and in a matter of just 16 months has launched 6 satellites. All of them Earth observation satellites, all of them placed in a certain orbit which is ideal for surveillance, and all of them with a laser focus on India. This is not speculation. The link to our detailed investigation is in the description below. Please do check that out as well. Analyzing open source portals, we found that between January 2025 and June 2026, Pakistan conducted 6 Earth observation satellite launches. 6 missions in 16 months. From its founding year in 1961 to 2024, Suparco, which is the Pakistani space agency, managed 9 satellite launches in total. It has now nearly matched that number in just over a year. Something fundamental has shifted, and the scale and the speed of that shift is only part of the story. So, what exactly are these satellites? They are officially designated as Earth observation platforms built on paper for agriculture, disaster management, and civilian remote sensing. But here's the thing about Earth observation satellites. Every single one of them can see military installations, track troop movements, count ships in a harbor, and detect changes on the ground. The first 2 launches came in back-to-back fashion. PawSat-1 on the 14th of January 2025 placed into orbit aboard a SpaceX rocket, followed just 3 days later by PRSC EO-1, launched on a Chinese Long March 2D rocket from the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center. Then came the PRSS-2 in July, which is a direct China-Pakistan collaboration, followed by HS-1 in October. Now, HS-1 deserves special attention. It is Pakistan's first hyperspectral satellite. It doesn't just photograph the ground, it reads it. It can see through camouflage, identify material, and detect structural changes invisible to conventional optical cameras. In 2026, Pakistan has already conducted 2 successful launches, both of which were also launched by Chinese rockets. PRSC EO-2 in February this year and PRSC EO-3 in April. Now, here is where the picture becomes particularly sharp. Most Earth observation satellites used what is called a sun-synchronous orbit. It provides consistent lighting and broad global coverage. This is also the ideal orbit to place a reconnaissance satellite because it passes over a region at the same time during each pass. Pakistan satellites largely follow this pattern. But PRSC EO-3, the most recent, does not. It in fact goes a step further. A US-based space analytics firm called ComSpock flagged this publicly. PRSC EO-3 is in a 38-degree inclined orbit, highly unusual for an optical satellite. In simpler terms, this Pakistani satellite sacrificed wide global coverage in order to pass over a narrow geographical band far more frequently. That band, which is between roughly 20 and 40 degrees north latitude, is precisely where Pakistan, northern India, specifically where Jammu and Kashmir sit. So this satellite is not watching the world. It is watching a specific region, and that specific region is us. Taken together, our analysis using Apollo mapping and Sky-Fi found these 6 satellites along with a range of Chinese satellite networks can image Indian territory at least once every 2 days. The partnership with China in these satellite launches also cannot be ignored. 5 of these 6 launches was carried out on Chinese rockets from Chinese facilities. As I have already mentioned, PRSS-2 was a direct bilateral collaboration. And the support extends beyond hardware. Experts who spoke to ThePrint described active data sharing between two programs. China's own Yaokang satellite series, widely understood to carry military reconnaissance capabilities, despite its remote sensing designation, already monitors Indian territory with extraordinary fidelity. Pakistan now has its own eyes to layer on top of that network. According to experts, the real-time data sharing between these two countries during active conflict situation was also seen during Operation Sindoor. Now, here is the uncomfortable other half of the story. While Pakistan was assembling its surveillance constellation, unfortunately, India was losing its own. In the period where Pakistan has been gaining footing in space, India has had 3 strategic satellite losses. This includes the most recent Anvesha, India's own advanced hyperspectral satellite developed by the DRDO. Of course, while pointing this out, I would also like to caveat that no country can stop the other from advancing its presence in space. An effective counter to this would obviously be to strengthen our own space program in a way that we can fight surveillance with surveillance. In modern conflict, information is decisive advantage. That is all from me. I am Soumya Pillai and you were watching this exclusive story on ThePrint.